What's up, guys? We're here to talk about Something is Killing the Children, issues 1 and 2. Coming up next. What's up, guys? My name is Bruce Moreau, and welcome to the channel. And I have a panel of guests with me here today. And those guests are, how about you guys just go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Guys, I'm not a guest. You already know me. I'm Stephanie.
I'm Heather.
And I'm Josh.
And you guys obviously know who my wonderful, beautiful, fabulous girlfriend is, Stephanie. And then we have Josh, my best friend from New Hampshire. If you guys were on the live stream last night, you will have met him. There's the word. And this is his wonderful, beautiful wife, Heather. Heather, introduce yourself to everyone.
I'm Heather. You heard my voice last night from the background, and then I got...
Our stage crew.
I'm gonna say forced into this.
Well, this weekend is my birthday weekend, and my best friend Josh drove down from New Hampshire to surprise me, and it's been an amazing time so far. But I'm a YouTuber. I'm gonna take this time to make a video out of this, and so what we're gonna talk about is Something is Killing the Children, issue 1 and 2. And the reason why we're gonna talk about this is because Stephanie and I think this is like one of the best books out right now. This is just an incredible book. It's written by James Tynion IV and art by Werther Dell'Edera. You guys, if you watch the channel, you guys know I butcher names left and right. But part of the reason why we're gonna be is the train. Part of the reason why I want to talk about this book is because I think this is a great introduction for people who have not read comics before, and I actually have one of those people here right now. So Heather, give the audience a little bit of background. Like, what have you read before, if you read anything before, and have you read any or watched any movies or TV shows or anything like that?
So, when it comes to comic books themselves, my background is about 20-30 minutes old.
Just 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. And this is the first one I've read, and it was good.
You don't have to review this yet.
All right.
Some people might have known comics.
Yeah. So currently right now, Josh and I are watching all the Avenger movies. It started out with
Marvel.
Sorry. We watched Shazam a few weeks ago, and I really liked it. And Josh was like, "Oh, you should watch the Marvel movies." And I was kind of skeptical because I'm not a superhero lover. So I thought.
So you thought.
So then we watched Spider-Man. Homecoming.
This is my favorite Spider-Man.
And loved that. And then so we decided to start with Iron Man and work our way up. And right now we're in the middle of Civil War because as parents we cannot watch a full movie.
Yeah, it's about 45 minutes at a time, and then you piece it together. But
so that's pretty much my background and where I'm at.
Awesome. Josh, how about you get everyone up to speed as well, for anyone who did not watch the live stream?
Right, yes. I've been reading comics in the past and took a long break from it, and recently got back into it. I'm reading the Daredevil series right now, and also the Event Leviathan, and I'm looking for a third. I try to read 3, as parents, that's probably a good balance for anybody out there, is to stick with, 3. That way each week you can kind of get the next issue of what you're doing, or every 2 weeks. You're never really stalled out. And so right now that's what I'm reading, and I'm looking for that third one right now because the Batman That Laughs sort of ended, and I'm looking to fill that slot.
Something is killing the children.
Yes, with Something is Killing the Children.
Yes.
So, so you guys don't know anything about Something is Killing the Children. It is kind of like a murder mystery, wouldn't you say?
I would say it's definitely, what's the word, like, not a thriller, but like it leaves you guessing. You don't know what's going on the whole time, and there's a lot of murder.
There is yes, it's very suspenseful. And this is we're going to try to keep this spoiler free. We don't want to ruin these issues for anyone. We just want to, give our true, honest opinions about these books, and then hopefully get you guys to go down to the stores and pick these books up. So, as a never reader, what is your first impressions of Something is Killing the Children?
So issue number 1 I was excited to read issue number 2.
Okay.
loved it. I personally am a true crime lover. That is my jam. Listen to podcasts, read books. That's what I do. So this definitely had that element of that. Going into issue number 2, the first half was really good. Towards the end, stuff pops up that I'm like, I don't know. But I also think that's me not into, like, no, I wouldn't say I'm not into, because I feel like that's not fair to say. I'm being introduced to this type of
World. Yeah.
So
This book is definitely hits like a sci-fi must-read tipping point at the end of issue 2 more than issue 1, but it is an awesome book. So Josh, your thoughts?
My thoughts right away, actually, if I can...
Of course.
If you go right to issue 1, you can kind of see the artwork right away. You know it's going to contain a badass. I mean, just that beautiful artwork there sort of engages you. And I think that's what, when the story started flowing, there's the raw emotion, there's the great art, there's a badass, there's a mix of characters start getting introduced, and then they just start dropping bombs on you as like the story keeps going. And you can feel it developing something there, and you know that's kind of why it's exciting, it's new. And I was kind of excited to see like where it goes. You know, like every 2 pages was a you know, like something's killing the children. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I think to me what this does so well is character development. Character development. Sorry, my voice.
Versus sex, guys.
oh no, sorry.
It does such a good job of making every main or important character, not even the important characters, every character meaningful, and they did something that drove the story forward, and they weren't all just cannon fodder. Like the principal in issue 1, like he had some meaningful things to say to this kid, and they were truthful things in my eyes. Like if that was a principal in this was a real world situation,
he
would have been
successful.
Yeah.
It's not
He'd be a good
scripted to tell you
kids.
something later. It's just the real moment of what somebody would actually say.
Yeah,
You know, so you get a good feeling.
And I think James Tynion is doing a great job of getting the real life emotion across for all these characters, and it's just such a great book. It's greatly paced, greatly told. But this is I've said this before on the show. So. Stephanie, what do you think?
Well, I've already reviewed something is Killing the Children 1 on our past videos.
Yes.
I loved it, which is why I was super excited. Something is Killing the Children 2 just came out a couple days ago, so we were super excited to get that. Something that I felt like the second book was definitely very different than the first book. I even asked Bruce if it was drawn by a different artist, because I feel like the way they even drew it was differently. Not differently. Which kind of took away from the book a little bit for me, because the first book was drawn so well and the murder scenes and everything was so engaging that I didn't feel the same for this. It's the same artist, we looked, but it's drawn differently, and it didn't hit home for me as much. So I'm interested to see what the third issue is going to be. I don't know if I'm going to love it. The second one I didn't hate, but it was not like the first one that I was like, oh my god, this book is so good.
I wish on the second one would be the only criticism is they held a little bit more back. Like the first one was, you know, cliffhanging you, and the second issue, like I said, it was, you could have held a little bit back, and I'm anxious to see where it goes, but you can see it's at a tipping point, you know, of going to be amazing, or it's going to get weird and blow up, you know. So like, but that's the exciting part about reading a new story, is that you're kind of, there is no expectation of where it's going to go next, and I think that's the nice part about it.
I've read a lot of James Tynion, and I know this is going to be going somewhere amazing. At least, like, I shouldn't say I know, but from my past knowledge of his writing, it's going to go somewhere awesome. I think this is going to be one of my favorite books of the year, next to Little Bird.
I'm excited.
You're excited? Did you just say that you want to read it?
I'm gonna read it, yeah.
You're going to read it? If Josh picks it up?
He has the first 3.
I have 1 through 3.
Oh, you're talking about Little Bird. I thought you said Something is Killing the Children.
She did read
no.
it.
No, the third one.
Oh.
She says she's excited for the third
No, she meant she's excited to read Little Bird.
But we'll get the third.
Yep. And even as like you know, a collector too. Like if you're collecting and you want like a good original beginning of something, this is worth picking up just even for that first issue. Even if it doesn't go anywhere, it's worth having. Just.
I can definitely see this being picked up by Netflix or Amazon or.
Oh yeah, definitely.
This is like right up their alley.
Yeah. No, it is. It's not like a comic book type book. Like
No.
it's not.
I would say
superheroes or like
comparable would be say Stranger Things.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
It has a Stranger Things feel to it.
Yes.
In the graphic novel type, that's very comparable. So if you like Stranger Things, I think you're gonna love this. So put it that way.
So that was a good analogy. I like that.
So Heather, as someone who's never read comic books, does this kind of like stir any kind of emotion? Like, wow, like there, I can see myself maybe going into a store and like wanting to peruse to see what's more, or do you think you would need more guidance and a little more time of reading book?
Send me in. And then,
You go first.
I will say my first reaction to reading a comic book was not able to understand
The panel.
not understanding the lack of words
Okay.
and having to put a story together. That is the thing that kind of turned me off.
Okay.
Now, from reading my first comic book, I get it. Like, I get the pictures, I get the art, I get that you can have an entire page with no words and it's telling the story. And last night on the live page, you were saying how you're taking a large novel, putting it into a small 6-series book, and telling that whole story in such a little amount of time, 15-minute increments. And so I get it now. Like
She's in, guys.
Do you get
She's
the
in
appeal?
I get it. Yeah.
And
do I want to keep
No.
going?
My next question is,
Honestly.
do you think people judge comic book readers in a negative way and it's not warranted based on what?
Yeah, I think that comic book readers there's no difference between you reading a comic book and me reading a book. Any book.
Yeah.
There's no difference.
It's just a picture book.
It's just a picture book.
Telling an...
It's like we never have to stop reading picture books. It can be
I think there'll be a surge too, just because of let's just go back 30 years. It's all you go to a library and you check out a book, and that you don't check out comic books from a library. But now it's you just do podcasts and audiobooks and digital copies and everything's just so accessible and out there, and it's not you in a library, with a librarian with glasses be like, I'll
Using
take
the
the
Dewey Decimal
Odyssey,
System.
or something like the Dewey Decimal System. Where is Captain America? And send you a different way. So I think that sort of easy access and more versatility, people are open to different mediums now for stories, and I think that will surge this a little bit, and that may be the reason why Marvel movies and I don't know, nerds are better.
Well, which is so silly.
Nowadays, I don't know, it's like nerd isn't like be like, oh, I'm a nerd. Oh, cool. Hi. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
it's
like
silly.
hipsters have brought being a nerd back.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
now
yeah,
it's
yeah.
cool to be
You
a
know,
nerd. You're weird if you're like a jock and you like sports.
Exactly.
And like,
Well, it's silly to
It's
think
flipped now, it's
of
flipped.
comic books as being a nerdy thing, because how well do these Marvel movies do?
Right.
Where did they originate from? Are these books and those storylines? So, I mean, I'm pretty accepting of nerd.
I sure hope so.
So, I mean, to me, I'm getting it. I get it.
It's awesome. That's a huge part of this channel. It's just like, I want more and more people who've never given comic books a chance to give it a chance. See what it's like. See what is out there. Because like I said, time and time again, there is something out there for everyone. This might not be the perfect book for Heather, but I guarantee you, if I did a little research, I could find the perfect comic book for Heather, because they're all out there.
No.
There's so many good books out there.
So yeah, if you're feeling nervous about going to your local comic book store, because like you're afraid to go in there, it's intimidating. I mean, I attribute that to maybe like going into the 18 years old and going into the porn store, or something like that, right? You're totally, I'm in this place, I don't know if I should be here, So I mean, search online. You can order them from
Anywhere. MyComicShop.com.
MyComicShop.com.
There's so many places.
Even if you have a friend or someone that readily goes to a comic book shop, and you need to get initiated first. You need to get over the nerves of maybe being out of your element. You know, there's a lot of accessible ways, and don't be afraid to do it.
And if you need recommendations for what to read, there's my channel, there's Joe Ryan Comics, there's Pop Culture Philosophers. There are so many comic book reviewers out there. If you don't like what I have to say, what my friends have to say, like find someone else. There's so many YouTubers and podcasters. Go out there, just do a little research. You'll find something you love, I promise. But I think I'm going to wrap this up. We've said a lot of great things. And I want to say thank you to Heather and Josh for coming on today. Heather, I know you didn't want to.
It was amazing.
Hopefully this wasn't so bad. Stephanie, as always, so great.
I'm always here for you, baby.
Thanks, baby. Yeah, and we will. Oh, actually, if you guys like this content, make sure you hit that like button. If you guys are not subscribed, make sure you guys get yourself subscribed. Also, let us know down in the comments how we're doing. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, what do you guys think about Selling a Skill of Drilling? We would love to hear your thoughts. All right.
And follow us on social media.
Oh yeah, and follow on social
Turn on
media.
your notification button, because if you don't, then you don't know when we're live streaming, and we are hysterical, and it's a fun Friday night.
And yes, we will be back next Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern, and I think that's gonna be it.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.